Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing, this altcoin noontime update here. And as you do know, Jabroni Killers, you get about a 6 hour head start on the altcoin videos. That's part of the perk. $3.99 a month is cheap to support the channel as that. There are more expensive options if you want to support more, but that is as cheap as that to keep these coming free and on our way to becoming asset millionaires together. Bell notification, like the channel and share it. If we get right on into this, we'll look at the AMP. You can see AMP this weekend did have a ferocious pump, I believe, on Sunday, yesterday, and it quickly got rejected as it pumped. But from swing low on Sunday to wick high, it was an 18.35% from swing high to swing low. Now we're consolidating just below the 50-day moving average, which is trending down, but above the pattern support level, which this is another macro time frame. This is another almost year and a half pattern. And as long as we're above that, we can try to make a move to the next level, which is breaking the 200-day, which you can see twice. We've been failed by the 200-day moving average. So we're trying to hold this pattern support, trying to break up to the upside and move to the next level, which is 0.00579, clearing the 200-day moving average. But in the short term, what you need to know, you need to stay above the pattern support, which is down here, and you're still short, medium, and long-term bullish. But in the short term, you need to reclaim the 50 and the 100 and then reload above the 100-day moving average and get a base built there and then breach finally this 200-day and then hold it on a back test, something you were not able to do back here in early to mid-May. And then you could potentially move up to the next level. Major underneath support and synopsis, so you know what to do in the short term, is the pattern support at 0.00316. Major overhead resistance right now in the short term is the 200-day moving average. And if you can break the 200-day moving average, you can move up to the regional swing high of 0.00582, right? DGB is the same thing. We're below a major level. One, we're below all the moving averages. We failed the back test on the moving averages. And now the moving averages are all trending south. And you're below this critical yellow horizontal resistance at 0.00839. So what you need to do in the short term to get bullish, this is going to do one of two things. You're going to come back up and back test this and either get back on top of this 0.00839 and start to move back through the moving averages and get bullish again. Or if it comes up here, you're going to get rejected, and that's going to be a bearish confirmation. And that would be more than likely what could drive you all the way down to a long-term pattern target that we haven't hit yet at 0.00567. So that's what we're looking at right now. That's what we're trying to pay attention to see if we can hold that. And it'll be very interesting if we can, and we'll stay on top of that. But those are what you need to know in the immediate short term for the daily and for this upcoming week, support and resistance levels on that, right? If we scroll down to some more altcoins, we got Algo. You can see we held beautifully on after we wicked out of the green support and resistance box. We held on the 100-day and 200-day, and now we're just above that 24 cents in the red trading box. And what you need to do is you need to hold this now because this is critical. Anytime you fall out of something and then you come back into it, if you get back into it and get exhausted and fall back out of it, you're going down to the next support level or resistance level on the flip side if you're breaking through it, right? Which would be 20 cents. So if you break back through the 24 cents, I don't think the 100-day or the 200-day would hold, and you would go right back down to 20 cents. To stay short-term bullish in synopsis, you want to stay above 24 cents, and that brings in to where you can try to make another run. If you're above that 24 cents in this red trading box, you can stay in the short term and medium term and try to make a run at 35. If you fail and get back below this, that would be very bearish, and your most likely solution in the short term would be 19 cents. So to conclude, 24 cents, your major support level. If you're above that in this box, you're bullish in the short term to try to run to 35. The next time you break through underneath the 24 cents, unfortunately, I think it would drive you to the 19 cents. The Oxyon's the same thing, just at a different color and a different price, but it's sitting on the 50 200-day moving average, just below the 0.015 major support and resistance box, and just below a threatening bearish cross of the 50 going below the 100. You can see how close it is right there. And in short, what you need to do to get bullish, you got in the short term, you need to get back on top of this 0.015, hold it, and then work your way up towards the 50 and the 100 and get on top of that. That would be your bullish option in the short term. Your bearish option in the short term would be coming back up to this box getting resisted by it. And then that would be what would bring you at least down to a swing low of 0.012, right? And eventually it would start to act like a magnet even lower, but that's the short term with XCN. Your long term major upper resistance is 0.02, an area that got rejected by not once, not twice, but three times back through April and May on your way back down to where you're at now. So that's what we're looking at in XCN. XDC is the same thing. We're consolidating beautifully, which could be bullish just below this critical 10 cents. And if this breaks up to the upside, and that's in the short term what we're watching, if you can get above this 10 cents, your next leg takes you to 12 and a half to 13 cents. And that's what we're watching out for. The bearish would be where this consolidation, you can't get back above this and it drives you down, which would drive you into the moving averages, right? So you're bullish, you're trying to break the 10 cents and work your way up to 13 overhead resistance. Your bearish drives you back down to the 200-day moving average in the short term. H bar, same thing. You're just below a major 34 cents near an all-time high after the mountain double top got you that targeted move that we called up there beautifully. You can see it hit it twice. Then it had the double bottom, flew up to upper resistance just south of 34 cents, consolidating just above the moving averages. Now in the short term, you're going to make a run back up to 34 cents and break it and get bullish and go on the price discovery, or B, you're going to get rejected south of the 34 cents and work your way through the moving averages back to 15 cents. So that's everything that we're looking at. I got to get back in the work. We'll have another great update for you this evening, and enjoy your 6 hour advantage on altcoins by being members of Jabroni Killers and also helping to support the channel that desperately needs it to advance, promote, grow, and expand our audience and movement. Peace and love. The Rex Eyebrow, Jay.